All right, so we're going to start down on the floor. And you're welcome to play some music in the background if you like. Nobody will hear it. We're going to start just on all fours and we're rocking. I'll go more sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. Good. Somehow, it doesn't matter how much I clean and vacuum and sweep, there is still dog hair everywhere in my house, even on my porch, and they hardly even come on the porch. All right, so now we're actually going to take our knees a little bit wider and we're going to come down on our forearms. Okay, so now we're going to just go to the range that feels okay for you. So come as far back as you can comfortably and then come as far forward as you can comfortably. And we're just starting this nice and slow. You can experiment with how far apart your elbows are or your knees. You'll find somewhere in there that's a little more comfortable than others. Good. And right now I've got the tops of my feet down on the floor, but now I'm going to flip it up where my toes are down. So you can experiment with that too. Get some different parts stretched. When we flip the toes like this, we get some nice stretch in the toes, some mobility. And we have to have that mobility in our toes and feet and ankles in order to be able to do all the other stuff. Good. All right, now I'm going to come back up to the taller version. I'm going to bring my knees in a little bit more. I'm keeping my toes like this, and then I'm going to rock a bit more here. Good. This is just, well, it does a lot of good things for you, but it's a good warm up. We're going to stay looking straight ahead, looking towards the horizon. Good. Now we're going to find our whatever comfortable back position we are here, sitting back as much as you can. And we're going to do a little head nod here. So we're going to tuck our chin down. Then we're going to bring our gaze up to the ceiling and add some breath here. So we're going to tuck the chin and exhale. Inhale, look up. Good. Tuck the chin, exhale. Inhale, look up. Tuck the chin, exhale. Inhale, look up. Tuck the chin. And up. And just one more here. We're going to tuck the chin. And look up. Okay, so now we're going to come to just more of a normal quadruped position. So that's just knees underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders, feet doing whatever they feel like. And then we're going to take one arm and bring it through. So if it's comfortable to go way down, that's fine. But you can keep it up tall here. Just reach through, get a little twist. Then replace the hand. We'll do it again. We'll reach through, twisting as much as we can. Good. Replace the hand, other side. Reach it through. Allow yourself to twist. Good. A couple more times each way. And reach. Good. One more each side. Good. Now we're going to walk the hands out and we're going to let our hips just bend as much as they want to. Our goal here is to come down where the forearms are pretty close to the floor and we just reach our hands out. We call this puppy pose because it's like when a puppy's trying to get you to play with them. If you're not as low as this, that's fine. We're going to try and look towards our fingertips here for this. Good. Just hang out here a minute. Walk it on back up. wiggle things around. We're going to walk those hands back out again, going into that puppy again. Good. Remembering to breathe here. Trying to breathe down into our belly. Good. Walk it back up. And actually, when we're in that pose, it's a good way to tell if we're breathing in our belly because we can feel that. Walk it on out one more time. Sink down in. Breathe down into our belly. Sinking as low as you can. Good. And then walk it on back up. Awesome. Now we're going to bring one leg in front here. So we're still on one knee. We're going to bring the other one in front. So we've got one down the ground, one up. They're both at a 90-degree angle. We're going to bring our hands right here to our chest, and then we're going to twist one way, trying to keep the hips and below level and in place. Then we're going to bring it back to center and twist the other way. Again, we're trying to make the twist just go from the waist up. Come back to center, twist. Good. This one is for getting a good twist from like our mid back on up. Good. All right, now we're going to switch our feet. So now the other knee's down on the floor. Bringing the other foot out in front. Right angle for both of those knees. Hands come palms together at our chest. And we're going to twist it. Again, mid back and above, twisting here. I'm going to need to grab a sip of my water in a minute. Good. Let's get just a few more twists here. And we'll go one more each side. Good. Whoop. Okay. All right, so now one more little mobility move here. Then we'll move into our strength intervals. So we're going to come up into a down dog. So we're bringing our hips up in the air, letting the knees bend as much as they need to, and we're pushing away from our hands here. If it feels good to straighten the legs, you can. And pushing away from the hands, and then let's just pedal those feet out. Everybody's going to be doing this a little bit differently. We're all built differently. We all have different amount of maybe tightnesses in our hamstrings. I'm laughing because as I do this little pedal with my feet, my socks are trying to walk off my feet. Good. And then bring it back into a tall plank and come on down. Let me just fix my socks. All right. So now we're going to need our dumbbells, and we're going to come up off the floor. I'm going to set us a timer because we're going to do this in intervals. So the first one we're going to do, I'll just show you as we go. They're not hard. All right, so I'm going to click my little button. I'm going to grab my weights here. We're going to start with them up at our shoulders. Good. So we're going to squat. We're going to come up, push one side. Squat, come up, push to the other side. So a little twist in here. Good. Squat, push it up, squat, twist. So what we're doing here is we're working for 40 seconds, and then we're going to have a little 20-second break. That's our ding ding. All right, so the next move that we're going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and show you while we're waiting here. So we're going to raise to the sides fairly quickly. Then we're going to slow lower. So that's all we're going to do for this next little movement. All right, here we go. We're going to raise to the side, slow. Good. Raise, slow. Good. Raise, slow. And raise, slow. Good. Nice and slow on the down. All right. So this next one, I'm just going to have one dumbbell. I'm going to hold it up here in a little bow tie position. And then what I'm going to do is start with a wide stance. I'm going to go down to one side, come up, down to the other side. So little lunges here. Actually, I'm going to step it out. So we're going to step out, come down, step it back in. Step out, come down. Now, if you prefer that first version where you're not moving your feet every time, you can do it that way too. Good. So to do this, we're pushing our hips back. We're not really worried about how low our chest is going. We're trying to keep it up. Keep our little smiling faces up. Good. And just going as deep as we can. Good. All right, so now we get a few seconds pause here. I'm gonna warm up my hands because those metal weights are chilly. And then we're gonna come back to that first move, the twist, the squat with the twist. All right, here we go. Starting at our shoulders, coming down in a squat, push it up. I'm gonna go a little bit faster this set. You can go as quick or as slow as feels good to you. Either way, we'll do it for 40 seconds. Good. And as we squat, we're trying to make sure that our knees don't cave inwards. We're keeping them facing out, not facing out, pushing out. Good. What I mean by that is when we're coming down in our squat, we don't want to let our knees go in. We want to push them out. All right. Next one is going to be our little lateral raise. Whew. All right. Here we go. Raise them quick and then slow on the way down. Good. Up and slow. And up. And you don't have to raise them above shoulder height. We're going for a T position. Good, nice and slow as you can. Well, not as slow as you can. Nice and slow. Good. All right, setting those down, we're gonna do a little bow tie position and our lunges to the side. So this time I'm just gonna go one direction the whole time. So the next round we're gonna go the other direction the whole time. So this time I'm gonna go to the right. Here we go. So I'm gonna lunge to the right and back up. Lunge to the right and back up. Good. So bending that knee, but pushing the hips back as we do so. Good. Working to land lightly each way. Now remember, if you prefer, you can just stay here, come up, stay here, come up, whichever feels right for you today. All right, so we're setting that one down. Next thing is going to be coming back to our squat twists. So we'll go through each of these 3 exercises one more time. Weight's going to start up at our shoulders. Whatever squat stance feels good to you, squat and twist it up, squat and twist. Good. Almost done. Good. All right, so now we're going to have another set of those raises, the deltoid raises to the side. Just moving, keeping the blood flowing. All right, standing nice and tall, getting our core engaged here. Here we go. Raise, then slow lower. Awesome. Raise, slow lower, and raise. My birds are singing me so many songs this morning. Good. Again, raise, slow lower. Awesome. So we're going to do those little bow tie lateral lunges. And this time we're going to the left the whole time. Then we're going to have a minute of rest. And we're going to do another little circuit of 3 different exercises. All right, here we go. Lunge into the left. Again, you can keep that foot in place if you prefer. I'm finally getting warm. It was 28 degrees out when I got up this morning. Doing awesome. One more. There we go. Okay, so we've got a little minute between. Let me get my little sip of water. So the exercises we're going to be doing next, well, grab your weights. I'm going to go with these. We're going to do a little push press. Sorry, that's a totally horrible noise. And actually, there we go. Actually, we do have a bit longer. I was looking at the wrong thing. All right, so the first exercise is a push press. So what that is, let me go sideways a little bit. We're going to have the weights here at our shoulder. We're going to bend the knees and then use our momentum to push our weights up. So bend at the knees, push them up. So it's not really a whole squat. It's like a little boom, boom. Bring them back to reset, boom. So that's our first move. The second move is going to be a bent row. So we hinge at the hips, we bend the knees, and then we row, but we're going to row one side, then the other. One side, then the other, then the other. The final exercise we're going to do is not with our dumbbells probably, but a straight leg lunge backwards. So we just reach it back, then we come up, switch sides. Okay, we're about to get started. All right, here we go. Weights up at our shoulders. So we're just going to bend a little bit, bounce it up, push. Bring them back to reset, bend, push. Reset, bend, push. Good. So again, doesn't need to be a full squat, just some momentum, getting those weights up. Good. This is a way that's actually really great if you're sort of in between weight sizes and you want to be able to press more overhead. Good. Set those down. But just a strict press is a bit hard for you. You can do those. Oh yeah, I don't need to set them down. Coming back to our bent over rows. So that's, remember, we're going to hinge. Here we go. Hinge at the hips, little bend in the knees. And we're going to keep a nice flat back. Row one side, the other. One side, the other. So the whole time our back is flat, we're keeping a neutral neck. That means we're not looking up at the sky. We're not trying to look down at our toes. We're looking like a few feet ahead of us. One side, the other. Good. And we're going to try not let our shoulders creep up by our ears for this. There we go. All right. You can set those weights down. We're going to do this next one without a weight, just our body weight. Good. So this is a lunge back. If you need to have your hand on something, that's fine. Take it to the depth that feels good for you. So we're just doing a couple slow here, reaching it way back, straight leg, come up, straight leg. We don't want to make these super, super fast right now. Working on the form. So reaching the leg straight back. But our goal here is to go back. So we're keeping that knee just bends in the front, but we don't have to try and make it go forward. This is all about going backwards. All right, so shake it out a minute. We're going to come back to our push presses. And we've got 2 more rounds of all 3 exercises, and then that will be our 30-minute workout. All right, so bringing those weights up to our shoulders. All right, here we go. Little push, a bend and push. Good. Little bend to the knees, push it up. Good. These are getting me warm. Push it up. Good. Push it up. If you're really doing enthusiastically here, it's okay if your heels come up off the ground a bit to get that bounce up in the air. Good. All right, so next one is going to be our row. The sleeves are creeping up on me. So we're moving, getting ready for our next set, letting our body recover a little bit. All right, hinge those hips, bend at the knees, nice flat back, neutral neck, row one side, then the other. And as we row, we don't want to twist our body. We want to keep everything just where it is. So it's not a motion like that, keeping the back in place. Good. All right, we're going to do those reverse straight leg lunges next. Shaking everything around. I'm warm now. Hands are still a little cold with my middle weights, but we're good. All right, so ready? We're going to step it back. Here we go. Step it back and back up. Now, the other thing here is we want to try not to bow our back. So try not to do this. So reach it back. Reach it back. And if you're not going as far back as I am, that's fine. It can be littler, but try and aim for that straight leg. Push the heel back. Good. There we go. All right, shaking it out. We're going to go through these one more time. Grab another sip of water. All right, so we're going to need our weights again because we're going to do our push presses. Good, starting up at our shoulders. Here we go, little push. Bend and push. There we go. bend, push. Good. So use that power from your legs to get those weights up high. Nice straight arms at the top. All right, there we go. Saved by the bell. All right, we're going to do our rows one more time, our bent rows. Catching our breath for a few seconds here. All right, bend at those hips. Let the knees bend. We're going to row one side and the other. Good. Again, not twisting through the torso. And we're pulling those weights back kind of toward our hip. That's one of the things that's going to keep our shoulders from going up. So we do not want this. So we want keep it back, pull it back towards the hip. Good. Awesome. Now you can set those down. Shake it out. We're going to do our little straight leg reverse lunges. One more round. And then we're done. And that'll be exactly 30 minutes, I believe. All right, here we go. Step it back, push that heel back. Good. This one is good for strengthening our legs, of course. Also working on some mobility though, as well as a little balance work. Good. Yay. We hit my little thingy so it's not going to make funny noises. That's awesome. You did a great little mobility workout plus some strength training. You did awesome. Just 30 minutes. So just, do a little stretching, shake things out a little bit, and you're good to go. Hopefully it started your day well.